G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my video where I like to teach beginners how to paint in acrylic. I'll get some sizes on there before we get started, and I'll also get some colours going up the screen for you as well. They're designed to write down, pause it, write them down, and you can paint along with me after you've watched a couple of times and you know what's going to happen. Now this one's going to be a jetty scene, very misty, just on night time, misty, got the moonlight, mist, and there's going to be a light pole on the jetty, you know, just glowing some light as well, and it's just going to be that eerie looking scene, but a bloody good one, I reckon. So not many colours. I've got the colours down here that I've chosen for this, and there's going to be a bit of water, some rocks, because it's night time. There will be no reflection in the water like we always like to see, pulling down reflections. They won't be seen at the night time, okay? It's going to be a nice sky as well. So come on over here and I'll get right into it with you, all right? Now you can see there's my horizon line. I've got a bit of a jetty here. I'm going to have some rocks, so it's coming off the rocks and just sort of hovering over the water there. Going to have a couple of posts on it, and I want like a lamp post on there with a light. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll just do it anyway. And we'll have some distant trees and shrubs and bushes here, and just the moon kind of glowing down onto our water. Beautiful subject. So I want to grab the craft white and just a little bit of retarder, because there's not too much blending clouds in this. Crack the hardness out of that, ready to rock and roll. And that retarder would help slow down the drying time of the acrylic paint. Now I'm just going to do the sky art first, because we've got time to go to the bottom later. So I'll just get this mapped into the top half. Just about there, somewhere around there. I've just mapped that in with pencil. People ask, do I use a pencil, chalk, what do I use? I'm painting in acrylic paint, and acrylic paint paints over pencil quite well. Now I'm just going to stroke that nice and even, so there's no big lumps and bumps in there, okay? Beautiful. Now we're going to add some of those colours in there. Now I've got some grey out of the tube here, and I'm also going to add some blue to that later on as well. I could probably put a bit of it in there now to get a blue-grey. And I've got some alinza in there. I might chuck some of that in the water half. But this is for the sky. So we'll start at the top. That's very grey and blue. Look at that. I'm loving that. Loving it immensely. Get all the way down here. Get it to the horizon line. Beautifully. Crisscross it all into there. Crisscross it there. That's nice. Now I'm going to stroke it left and right, left and right, left and right. Left and right. Now I'll try a bit of blue. This is cobalt blue. We'll see if that'll darken up the top half. Just to get a darker value up there in the corners. Let's see what we'll get there. There. Pull it into the painting. And that's it. It's just added some value there. Crisscross that. Now I'm going to paint this half as well. See the jetty? Everything points to this dot here. This is my jetty just coming out this far. But you continue those lines to that vanishing point, and that'll sit the jetty correctly to the horizon line. It won't be looking too much into the water or too much into the sky if you follow that procedure, okay? Following that dot to the there like that, okay? I'm taping the jetty up so as I don't get any problems with it. Where's the edge of it? There it is there. So if you have a blade like this, it's very good. Where's the corner? There's the corner. I'm going to use this to cut the tape, see? I'll come up this side of the jetty. There's the corner there. That's how I've done here. Put that in the middle. Cover that mark up there. We'll go about there. So there's the edge of the jetty. And down here. Now this bit here, we've got to, so using this, get it to the line, and then just tear. It's all done around there. I didn't have to use an X-Acto knife or anything. But if you don't have that spatula, you can use an X-Acto knife. There we go. So grabbing more of this craft paint just to prime up the water half now. And here is where I'm going to have the rocks. So that'll fade the watercolour. Let's get this across the horizon there somewhere. So I don't have to go, I probably could just a bit there just to get it to fade. Now I want to get that horizon line reasonably level. Somewhere along there. How good am I? Not too good. I'm not the best at this. There we go. I'm just stroking the lumps and bumps out of that now. Now grabbing some more of that grey, I want to put the slightest bit of red in it, not too much. Just to change the value from the top half to the bottom half. Probably put a bit of blue in there as well. That's permanent alizarin there. Get a bit more of that if I can. There we go. Just a little bit. I'll get this across the water. I want to try and pull that lump out there. There we go. See, I'm not going to do that bit under there because I know I'm going to have a little bit of ground cover there to merge into it, so it'll look like the water's flapping onto the land there. Flapping onto the land, laying onto the land, whatever. There we go. That done. Now I do want a little bit more grey, so I'm just grabbing some more grey on the tube. Probably a bit of red permanent alizarin because I want a band. I want a different band of colour just at the front here, forward. So probably about here. About there. Different values. Now I'm going to get a bit of black in there to darken it up as well. Just to see, I'm just pulling a little bit in. I can see what I've got in there. So I want bits out here that are just something like that, mixing with that red coming out there. That'll do. Even if you can put like lines in it like that, that'll do. I'll wipe that brush and we'll just pull those black just so they're sitting down quite a lot. There we go, they're just there. All the way across now, and that's it. That is it. This is wet. I'm going to get me blending brush and just pull it that way and that way. Just to get rid of that ridge of paint there. There we go. Because I do want, let's say a bit of white. Let's say a bit of this white here. Just on one side of that brush. And just maybe, I'm going to stamp it on like this. This is just to get some kind of glare over this corner of the water. That'll do it. Don't overdo it. If you feel you don't want to do this, well, don't. I want to wipe it because look what's on the brush. See, I'll wipe that. Look at that. You can do that, can't you? Not finished yet. We'll come from this side and pull it back that way. That's it. See, I got that white and I dragged it back. I didn't want to drag it back this way and get it longer than where I didn't want it. And there we go. I'm just blending that glare into there. Put the glare there. Okay, grabbing a pouncer, I'll wet it with this craft paint, and I want to pick up the titanium white out of the tube, and we want to get our moon in the sky. I've just stamped that on with the pouncer, and I want to blend this into the sky there, just like that, because it's misty, so you're not going to have a really dark bright, sorry, not a bright round object in the sky. I'll come over this side, just dabbing it down. This is going to have a shrub in front of it, a beautiful, like a lake type of shrub in it, so it's going to look good, but we just got that glare there. And if you want, you can put some nighttime clouds in. I might put the odd little one just for the art's sake of it. Now that pouncer, pick up some more of that paint, come to here, and just in a straight line, come down. That's it, that's all you need to do. We'll grab I'm going to grab my putter on a brush, and I just want to slightly waterify that, or waterlate it. There we go. And then we'll shimmer the water. Before I shimmy the water, I just want to grab the burn umber and put that little bank in that's not there yet. Just here, there, and up there a little bit. I'll concentrate on that bit later. But I want this dark, and it can just fade into the water there like that. I did say I want to put a bit of a cloud in the sky. Let's hope it hasn't dried on me. I'll get some titanium white on my fan brush, and I'll probably crack something here. Now let me just do a bit of it first. I'm going to go up there with it, but let's see if my sky's wet enough to, just. Now see, I'm leaving the hard bit underneath where the moon is, because it's like the moon's lighting the bottom of that cloud up, and this bit here can be just faded. Now I'll continue on the way I was going to do that cloud. I was going to do him somewhere like that. Twist it, turmoil it, twist it, turmoil it. It's night time, so they don't have to have so much yumminess in them. Okay, they can be just glaring glows of cloud. Just there. Blend that to buggery. Yeah, it's very dry now. I should have done the sky all at once. There we go, that's all right. I've dried the sky. I'm just going to cover it up so as I can flicker on the shimmer. So I'll just clamp that to my board. There we go. Now I've got some water there next to the white paint. Got my toothbrush, and I'm just going to pull some of that craft paint. Craft paint's good for flicking because it's softer. It's more flowy. And this will just be the shimmer on my water. Oh, if anything, when I do this, I need more water in there. I like it to be concentrated on that moon band that's in the water there, so, and it sort of sinks that down. It's like blending it down, but you're using these shimmers to blend it down. See, why did I tape the jetty up when there's no paint there to cover up? Because when you dry this craft paint that's underneath with this, pull that off, retarder in it, even when you dry it, it's a little bit rubbery. And if you're trying to do something detail-y, it can be a pain in the bum. So now I'm just going to dry all that so we can put these distance shrubs on. Now everything's reasonably dry. I'll start over here. I just want to put something coming from the edge about here, and then this one about there. Okay, I want to leave room because from this jetty we're going to have that lamppost with a light on there. Okay, so I want to use the greys and the browns. So I've got me grey, and I've got some burnt umber here. I'm going to start mixing up a dark value of grey into there. Now I'll use my bullshit stick here. I do want a bit of darkness right across the, because it's night time now, so different things are bright and dark. That'll do. That'll make sense later on. Now, I want to come about, what did I say, about that lamp about here. So I just want that about there. It's going to be a little bit lower than that horizon line there, like that. Put my bullshit stick away. Now check out the links in the description below. I like to sell my art when I can, and you can message me on Facebook. All the links are there, my Facebook link, my link for art that's available for sale. I'm going to try and get this roughly about that size, but I don't like this brush, so that's not a problem. Everyone's had that problem when they're learning, so I'll pick up another brush, my favourite brush, which is the little filbert. And I want to get all trees, like swampy trees here, just using the filbert. Make them hairy there. Get some dark along here. Now I'll grab that flat brush again and we'll come over here and get this line done. So which will be about from about there. That's the bit hitting the water. That's why I use my bullshit stick, so it'll be nice and level on the horizon line there. The underside of that line I just put on is nice and level thanks to the bullshit stick, see, just right there. And then I'll grab the filbert again, and I want this from about here coming up. It's just in front of that moon slash sky object, and it's coming here. I've just added that slightest bit of black in that mix just to blend in a bit of black at the bottom of there before I dry it. Now see this colour here we had for the water? I've just saved some of that with the flat brush, and I've just been scalloping, see out here, and working out, where's my jetty there? I probably want, this is just bands of the water being rough. And if you feel you don't want to do this, just simply don't. Now I'm just grabbing the normal grey from the tube, and we'll put some of this in those trees. This is just the bush, the brown that we put on there is the darker colour of it. I'm going to have a look in the monitor there and just see if this is doing its thing, or does it look stupid. Just grab some black, okay, just to blackulate it a bit, and come up, soften some of those loud bright bits down if you want. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to find the right light values to get into this shrub here. Now for the piece on the other side, that's what we used with the burn umber. Is it? Let me just check that. I need a bit more burn umber in there. Just so as we can get it a bit lighter. Nice and soft, skinny little brush strokes. Nice and skinny little thin ones, not big thick blobby ones if you can help it. And you can kind of see it's given it some dimension. See, this is what I was looking for on the other side, but it didn't quite happen. I'll get some of this colour and I'll just see if it'll fix this up. That'll be all right. I just added some more grey, and I'm highlighting around here where the moon's sitting behind. There we go. Because this side looks a bit dumb, I'm just going to try and add the most skinniest dead trees just sort of popping out of it. I might put more there, but just do this now to give you the gist of what I'm trying to do, okay? I'm just going to put some black against this body of land, against the water, because I want it darker. I'm not quite happy the way it looks, so I'll just use a flat brush and make it wider and thinner as I go along, and we'll just sit that on the water a bit like that. Now the jetty is going to be where I put that masking tape, and I want that jetty to be on top of everything. So before I pull the tape off, I want to put everything that's going to be under it there, like the shadow and these rocks. So I've got the watercolour here, and I'm grabbing some of the burnt umber, mixing with it just to get a shadow underneath the jetty. Otherwise we don't want it to look like it's just floating in midair. And where are we? Jetty's about there, so I want to have the shadow from about here. Just scrumbling. Where are we? And here. Where is it? There and there. Get a bit darker. There. Graggle that out a bit into the water, lineal light in cahoots with the horizon line. Get it out here somewhere, and I'll get the lighter colour back to shorten it if it's too. That can go there. That can be a little bit darker here. There we go. Where are we? We've got black here, so I'll grab black. Come here, you. Grab some black and burn umber. I want it black, but touch of burn umber in it. And we'll put our rocks under the jetty on the foreshore there. So they're going to tape it. There's the, where's me tape? The tape's about there at the top of my finger. So this can be all shadowy, like some smaller ones out in the water, just like so. I'm using the brush on its side and just doing like blomps like that, blomps. Some smaller ones out there. Join it up with all this shadow, because the lighter colour we put onto it will distinguish the different rocks, sizes and where they are, okay? Where's that? Boom, some big ones there. Now it looks messy and mumble jumble and like snot at the moment, but bear with me a moment. These should work out all right. Now we're going to dry that so as the other colour will stick onto there, okay? So we've got the burn umber now on its own, and we want to put a little bit of, where are we? So we'll try some of this white. Not too much white. We've got to play with it till it's the right value. I think that might do it. Let's see. So this will determine what's in front and what's behind, but we've got to leave the shadows there, okay? Bang. Don't have it too watery either, otherwise it'll look snotty and stupid. Just going from 12 o'clock down to 4 o'clock. Get some of these with this colour in it to hide all that black, because that black is what's sitting all this colour down. Now we'll just highlight them subtly. So to do that, I'll grab some more white. I don't know why I put that big dollop of white there for, I can't remember. Now see where the shimmer's coming down the water? Here, I want to continue that, brightening some of these up. They're pretty easy to do like this. You just stroke them, different values. So long as you've got the darks in there, you can't go wrong. If the darks are not there, you will notice something's missing within you, whether it's rocks like this or trees or whatever. They're looking like rocks now. Now bugger it, it should be shadowy under here, but for the art's sake, I want to make you see some of them. Now if your paint's too wet, give it a bit of a dry. And it's just subtle bullshit you're adding to your painting. It's fantastic. That'll do. I'm going to pull the tape off, but I just want to get some, mainly, I don't know, something a bit deady, sticking up. Let's pull that tape off and have a bit of fun seeing what it's going to look like, hey? So where are we? We'll start over here. It's always good to use a pointy object to get your tape off. Now we've got a beautiful surface just to paint. I better hold that. Our jetty on there. If we tried painting on top of that rubbery paint with what is it called? Retarder underneath, it gets a bit troublesome. So there's our footprint for our jetty. You can see it's in perspective with the horizon line. Now I'm going to use a dark colour. So I'm going to use on my palette here the black and the burn umber. I've got some more burn umber there. Just to make a dark value, I'll make use of all that colour there. And that'll be the base colour for the jetty, and then I can highlight it appropriately. Jetty here. Now see this line? I want it level with the horizon line. Take your time doing this. There's no rush to do any paint at all. Now that can be dry. Now for the thickness of the jetty, I'm putting a black line, the thickness I want for the thickness of the jetty. I'm just using a small flat detailed brush and just some black paint. I've dried all that brown or that base colour, and see that's going to be the thickness of the jetty, okay? Do it in perspective. I'm not going to do it that thick all the way up there. I'll probably start from about here and come down to that there. Try and keep it straight. If you keep it straight, it'll look great. Just on this side here. Now this colour that we blocked in the jetty with, grab your grey and grey it. We'll shadow it with some grey. And we can have this scratchy and broken uppy and what sort of. So I'll start from the very edge there, and we'll get some kind of plank stuff coming there like that. Leaving that black there, you put we'll get it right against the black. If you want, just play with it. And if you think, oh, I overdone it, well, add the darker colour back. I'm just hoping for the best here, I really am. I want to keep this against that grey colour there, I mean the black colour there all against the edge of it. I can put that black line back if I want, but I'm just going to try and get some light hitting some of this. I ain't the best at jetties either, I just do what I can. Now I'll pull that way with those lines. How's that looking in there? That's not too bad. It's better than a poke in the eye with a blunt stick. And then we'll come down here as well, leaving that black there on the edge. Let it break up. Just like bits of light reflecting where the whatever it's made out of, wooden planks or whatnot. And then we'll come along here as well. You can put that black back in if you'd so desire to. Now we'll get a bit more white in that and just probably, I don't know, maybe scratch in a brighter colour there somewhere. Maybe something here. Now I want to grab my leaner on stick and I want to put the lamppost in. So I want to do it about here to about there. Why there? Because I want to use this area to make the glow. So I'm taking advantage of that height there. And we can make that post any authentic shape or modern shape, whatever shape you want. I'm going to try and go just like a wrought iron type of shape. I don't know, it won't look like wrought iron, but that's what I've got in my head. And I'm coming down that part there, and I want a little bit of a frame that's going to hold the light, and maybe a bit of a, I don't know, just some sort of junk there. And put some kind of shadow here, because shadows make for good bullshit aspects in a painting as well. I'm just grabbing some white. I'll just put a simple white ball here. Within that black. That's just, what do you call it, priming it, because I'm going to make that a yellow light. And if I didn't put the white there, the yellow wouldn't sit on the canvas properly. And I can fix that black up around it later. So I've grabbed a little bit of cadmium yellow, and there we go. We'll get this the colour I want. It's a warm light colour, and we'll try and get this looking like a light. Just simply colour that in yellow. Don't worry if you go over your black a bit, you can detail that back over it. Now grab a little bit of white, okay, and just ping on it like that. Now I want to fix, I'll just do it off camera, I'm just going to fix that black up. Now before I put the glare on that, I just want to get a couple of uneven posts for me jetty. I'm just doing them in a dark colour, maybe one here. And I could probably put one, I don't know, maybe out here somewhere. Gee whiz, is a bit crooked, isn't it? I don't know what these are, but they just make up good little detail facets. Bits of metal, wood, I don't know. They look alright. Now see what I did here, I got the craft paint on my brush, and I pretty much, my little scrumbling brush I'm using, you can see what I did here, I went off the painting. I want to go around that light. Let's hope I don't bugger it up. So I want to go around the light. nothing. And before I finish it, I've just got a bit of a darker grey and maybe my little boat. It's just like a long banana sitting on the water. Yeah, so it's pretty much a long banana like that, and a little round thing in the middle, just like a bloke out there. Bit of a body. Now I just got some of the grey, very little bit, and I'm mixing it with some glaze just to sink some of those rocks down in the foreground there. Then I can sign it and whack a frame on it, alright? So here where our water is, just sinking this stuff down, just this bit here. Ladle it on, don't rub it in, otherwise you'll know why. And I'm just putting some of it to here, not all there, just to about there. This is just the water over the rocks. Where's our corner? Right about here. I want a nice little one, nice little signature in. Check out the links in the description below. Message me on Facebook if you want to buy any of my art. Share, like and subscribe. Become a member of my art group. Support my channel by becoming a patron. I want to thank all my patrons that support me every month. And if you can't afford any money support, just simply watch my ads, and that gives me a good support as well. Okay, we'll whack a frame on that. Yeah, that don't look too shabby. We've just got a jetty over some rocks going out in the water. This bloke obviously probably lives here, and he's gone out there for a bit of a moonlit fish. All right, bit of fishing, and he's got his little light on so he knows how to come back. And we've got our moon lighting up there. We've got some simple sky and some distant trees there, okay? And just remember, you can do that. Okay, thank you for hanging around to the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure you tell your friends. But if you didn't like what you saw today, you tell everybody, all right? Goodbye, good luck, and good on you.